Shalom, all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Bokakutash, and double honor to the apostle of the GMS, and to the bishops, the elders, and all the sincere brethren that are laboring the truth like us the world, and to all the sincere brethren and sisters that are listening to the truth. And I pray this lesson be another edifying lesson to the flocks. And with the Most High, I want to hear this message, let it be heard. And before we begin the lesson, I will introduce the true name of the Father, which is Yahweh, and the name is being He exists. And the true name of the Son is Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, which means the Redeemer or the Deliverer. And He's only coming to redeem His people, which is the nation of Israel. And in today's age, we identify them as the so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and the so-called Native Americans, which scatter in all four corners of the world. It looks like the other nations, and also practice the custom of the other nations. And with that, that will be it for the introduction of the lesson. And today's lesson is basically Job chapter 7. And that was us. And I started doing that Job's chapters almost a month now, and I haven't attached it at all since last week. I've been doing all the lesson in between, so now I'm going back to the Job chapters again. So today's gonna be Job's chapter 7, and it says Job's lives seems futile, and I'm gonna basically doing it in the NLT basically. So Job 7:1, and it says, "Is not all human life a struggle? Our lives are like that of a hired hand, like a worker who longs for the shade, like a servant waiting to be paid." So basically, Job is comparing his life to like somebody that's working hard. That's basically a longing for the shade. You know, when somebody is working hard in the hard sun, you're like, man, you're just waiting for a shade so you can just you can get like a little rest or cool down because you've been catching hell in that heat. That's basically how Job's view life basically, and also like a servant longing to be paid. Cause that's especially us in this day and age, man. When you working your ass off for 40, I'm not gonna even say 40 hours, man. We work way more than 40 hours. We basically working to exhaustion. And normally you're supposed to get paid right at the end of your shift. You have to wait 2 freaking weeks to get your paychecks. And when you somebody that's living paycheck to paycheck, that's devastating. So that's basically how jobs look at life. So basically, you're constantly drowning. I too have been assigned months of futility, long and weary nights of misery. So basically, Job says he's been assigned months of futility and long and weary nights of misery. So basically, he's been he's been catching hell. That's what he's been saying. Nights of misery, basically awful nights. Lying in bed, I think, when will it be morning? But the night drags on, and I toss till dawn. So basically, when he's laying down at night, he's like begging, "Oh man, how long is it until he get till morning come back?" This kind of reminds me of when you read the Deuteronomy 28 verse Deuteronomy when it says, "At night you beg for morning, and when I think it might be 48, and when it comes to morning you beg it was night." Let me find out real quick. Deuteronomy 28 verse 40. Just there's a snowstorm outside right now, man. The wind is extremely crazy right now. Okay, I cannot find it yet, so yeah, I'm just gonna quote it. But I know it's on Deuteronomy 28, and it said, "And when it's night, you're gonna beg for morning. When it is morning, you're gonna beg for night." So basically, Job was like, when it was night, the night drags on. So basically, he was tossing left. He was flipping side to dawn to his morning. Basically, my body is covered with maggots and scabs. My skin breaks open, oozing with pus. So basically, Job was body's in so much horrible state. And me personally, I've never really seen somebody whose body is covered with maggot and scabs. Let me see a quick picture of how Job's look like. Body covers with maggots and scabs. I don't even wanna. Oh. I've never seen that in person. That's how it looks like. Oh, we just have to wait for it to dim down a little bit. Come on. So that's basically a body that have a maggot and full of scabs. That was basically Job. So you can tell. I'm not gonna say you can. You can tell. You can't even tell how much. You can only imagine how much pain Job was. And he say his skin breaks open. So just that picture basically maggot and scabs. That was that body. That was how Job's body was. His skin break open. The same way you see that picture, the skin was breaking open. That's how his skin was, and oozing with pus. So basically, pus was coming out of it. So that was extremely painful. My days fly faster than a weaver's shuttle. So weaver's shuttle is like let me see, it's like this. Let me open a new page. Weaver's shuttle. The weaver's shuttle is basically what you use when you're sewing clothes. Basically, I mean, I don't have that kind of skill set. It kind of look like a boat. Okay, the light is too bright. I hate the fact that you can not. That's basically nice too dark. Ugh, my goodness. I kind of like my old phone where you can just adjust the lightning. But anyway, you get the point. A weaver shot is like a tool used in weaving to carry the weft thread back and forth to the shed. So basically, that's a sewing tool that you use. So that's how he sees. That's how he say he saw days fly by. They end without hope. So basically, there's no hope at the end. Oh God, remember that my life is but a breath. So he say, "Oh Heavenly Father Yahweh, remember that my life is but a breath." So he said like his life is but a breath. We know a day to the Lord is like 1,000 years. It's like 1,000. It's 1,000 years for us. So basically, Job say his life is like a mere breath. And if I'm correct, in the previous chapter, maybe Job 6, he probably we've seen that. Um, I believe. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find it. When you read Second Peter 2 and oh no, that's not what I'm doing. I believe Second Peter 3 and 8 maybe. Second Peter 3 and 8. Second Peter 3. And 8 say, but you must not forget this one thing, dear friends. A day is like 1,000 years to the Lord, and 1,000 years is like a day. So a day to the Most High is 1,000 years to the, for us is basically a day for the Heavenly Father Yahweh. You can also see that in Psalm 90. Verse 4, which is, for you 1,000 years are as a passing day, as brief as a few night hours. So basically, it's like when you play video games, man, you see times passing by so fast. For the character, that's normal. For us, like it's like a mere minute or two. So let's go back to the Job. What was I again? Oh God, remember that my life is but a breath. So Job says life is like a breath, like a mere breath. When you take like a little breath, that's basically how Job's life is. So that's basically our life is to the Most High. And I will never again feel happiness. So he say you'll never feel happiness again. Because basically Job feel kind of hopeless. You see me now, but not for long. You will look for me, but I will be gone. Just as clouds dissipate and vanish, those who die will not come back. So basically, Job is talking about it. Basically, Job is not feeling like he's gonna be. He doesn't want to basically kind of leave it alone anymore. No more. Job has just as a cloud dissipate and vanish, those who die will not come back. So he's comparing his life to like a cloud. You see it for a moment and dissipate and vanish. They are gone forever from their home, never to be seen again. I cannot keep from speaking. I must express my anguish. My bitter soul must complain. Because you know when you're catching hell, man, you just stop talking. You're like, man, basically, that's the only way you can. That's the only way you can feel at ease a little bit, as you said. We've been that. Well, we're not. I'm not talking about Job's situation. You know, sometimes when you're catching it, you're like, man, what the heck? When you saw saying profanity, or you just start talking nonsense. So that's basically what he was doing. Am I a sea monster or a dragon that you must place me under guard? I think my bed will comfort me, and sleep will ease my misery. So he says he think his bed will comfort him, and sleep will ease his misery. Why will sleep ease his misery? Because when you're sleeping, you don't feel no pain. Because when you're sleeping, your soul is at rest for a little moment. It's when you wake up back again, your body start catching that hell. But then you shadow me with dreams and terrify me with visions. So basically, when you sleep, the Most High shadow him with dreams and terrify him with visions. I would rather be sorry, sorry about that. I would rather be strangled, rather die than suffer like this. So basically, he would prefer to be strangled, because you strangle, you suffer for a few seconds. You might pass. Well, when you're getting strangled, your oxygen is leaving your body slowly, but eventually you'll be a quick death. It's not slow where you're gonna be taking 10 minutes. It's like a few minutes or a few seconds max. I've never been strangled. I believe I watch a lot of fights. I know they say 30 seconds you start losing oxygen, and by a minute you're basically dead. We see when you're watching those, when people are getting lynched, your body just zap for like I don't know, 20-30 seconds. After that, you just poop, you lose the spirit. So basically, That's what Job said. You would rather struggle than die, rather die than suffer like this, rather than be in his current situations. It's like a horrible death. It's like a horrible judgment. I hate my life and don't want to go on living. So Job basically despises his life. He doesn't want to live anymore. Oh, leave me alone for my few remaining days. What are people that you should make so much of us? So basically, he started questioning his existence. He was like, leave me alone for a few remaining days. That must be because he's talking to his friend that's next to him. So he started questioning. So basically, he said, what are people that you should make so much of us? That you should think of us so often? For you examine us every morning and test us every morning. So basically, he's talking to the Most High, man. What are we? That you should think of us so often. He said, for you examine us every morning and test us every morning. So basically, Job said, you testing, you examine us. When you examine something, you just like testing them, like every day. Why won't you leave me alone, at least long enough for me to swallow? If I have sinned, what have I done to you? So basically, Job starts thinking, it's like, am I sinning? Why am I catching all that hell? Why am I getting judged? Have I done something to you? So he's kind of saying that. If I have sinned, what have I done to you? Oh, watcher of all humanity, why make me your target? Am I a burden to you? Why not just forgive my sin and take away my guilt? So Job started questioning. He said, why not just forgive my sin and take away my guilt? For soon I will lie down in the dust and die. When you look for me, I will be gone. So that's what Job is saying. He's like, man, why not just forgive my sin and take away my guilt? That's what he's saying to the Most High. He said, for soon I will lie down in the dust and die. So basically, Job's contemplating that he's gonna be dead very soon, because he does not see himself returning back to normal. When you look for me, I will be gone. So he said, when you look for me, he's gonna be gone. So that's what Job is saying. So I put that as another 85 lessons of the flux, and whether the Most High want to read this message and let it be heard. And with that, I like to say Shalom. So Job chapter 7 is concluded.